Hey folks, it's Kat.Beanie and welcome back to another hardcore world. As you can see, I'm currently in here with some villagers. I was trying to re-roll this guy this morning because my kid was crying all night. So I was up at 4 a.m. So I thought, you know what, I'll try and re-roll this. He has now become a Fletcher, and I don't know why, because there isn't a spare fletching thingy for him to attach to, unless he's attached to one of these guys' fletching tables, which I don't quite understand. Ashjex, how's it going? Me taking a break from building a wall to watch you building a wall. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. I'm kind of wondering why this guy is not, the other dude is linking to one of these. Right, so that's his, but this one's not his. So I'm going to take this away. And maybe that'll stop that other boy from linking to it. And then maybe he'll become a librarian. Look, a librarian again. We shall see. How's it going? How's your day? No, he's went back to having 0 trade. Okay. This dude has given me mending, fortune, silk touch, unbreaking, everything apart from what I want, which is looting 3. So yeah, he was linking to this fletching table, which I don't understand because that was that guy's fletching table, and now that guy doesn't want this fletching table. Make it make sense, right? Make it make sense. So we're just gonna yeet that in there just now. Oakley dokley, what we got? Oh look, it's some very pretty diorite. Right, so we need to make a wall, but I want to make it, you know, do little pillars and then maybe do some fencing in between. Not quite sure yet. So we're probably gonna need, yeah, we're gonna need a lot more cobblestone. So let's see how we get on with this just now. So I want to do it around obviously the perimeter of the village, but I don't know if I just want to exclude these houses because all the villagers are over here, so I might want it just around the main street, if that makes sense, and then anything out with that I don't really need to worry about. So let's see. So if we start off from here maybe, and then I'm going to take this out, yeah, and then go from here. Oh, too high. Right, and we'll place, so 2 gap, and then we'll place stone to, we'll dig some of this out actually because we don't need any of this. Like, where are they going that they need? Right, and then we'll have the wall coming round here. I'm kind of trying to keep the square intact because, like, I like these little bits in the middle. Right, so we'll have the wall coming up here. 1, 2, oh, we got that, and then 1, 2, there, yeah, and then it goes across this way. Excuse me, horsey. Oh. Dude, move. Your ass is on fire. we'll do a 3 gap for that bit. Yeah, and then that'll bring it. Actually, I'll make it 4, and then that way that'll. Yeah, that'll work. We'll take this one down 1. And then that way we've got the path blocks coming up here. That will join up to this bit. We'll have like a gated bit coming out here. We'll take this out and we'll path that. Just to make it look a little bit more consistent. Because we are going to need to go mining for stone. So it's like, it is building a wall, but you know, I've not prepped all the stuff for it yet, so... Quick escalation of the situation with the horse. Well, he wouldn't move, and you know, I use all my patience on my kids. I don't have any patience for anyone else. He was warned. He wasn't really. He wasn't warned. Right, so where does this fence go? So we'll take it 1 out from here, so this is going to have to go over here. Okay, so there. And then, yeah. Oh, it's getting dark. But we're not doing too bad with the armor and stuff. We've got like unbreaking on everything. We've got mending on the boots. We've got silk touch pickaxe, fortune 3 pickaxe. These don't have mending on them yet. That one doesn't even have unbreaking on it yet. Neither does the sword, apparently. No, wait, it does. Yeah, cool. So we're slowly getting there with the good stuff. My youngest has had an allergic reaction to something, and we can't pin down what it is or why it's happening. And it's not the dairy, because we checked. But, you know, she's reacting to something. And we can't figure it out. We thought it might be, my husband picked up this, oh, what the hell died there? Like coconut shampoo and stuff. From the shop, because they didn't have the stuff we regularly use, so we thought, oh, it might be that. She might be, you know, because she's never really had coconut, to be honest. But like, I've put a little dollop on her arm to see if she has a reaction to that, but so far nada. Yeah, it's confusing, like, because her face is all broken out, and like she's clearly had a reaction. We just can't figure out what the reaction's to, and I don't think it's milk, because as far as we've seen, she's intolerant to milk. She's not allergic to milk. There is a difference. That's why they ask you in like restaurants if it's, you know, an allergy and an intolerance. An intolerance, if your food is prepped next to cheese, you're not gonna die. But if you're allergic, you may die. Unfortunately. Right, and we'll put another gate here. So make that a 3 gap. 1, 2. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That coincides with the this bit. Don't have a problem with that. Up here, and then we're going to want to go around this way. So we mostly got it marked off. Any of you guys got any allergies? My son's allergic to penicillin. And my oldest is allergic to face paint. And I'm allergic to latex. We have a weird combination in our house. And my husband, I don't think, is allergic to anything. Oh no, yeah, he's got hay fever. I keep forgetting that that's actually an allergy.
You speak the bullshit.
Right, okay, we're gonna have to go do some more mining. We also need to think about what wood type we want to use for fences, because I kind of want to do the cherry, but it might be a bit overwhelmingly pink. Maybe bamboo. Bamboo will be a bit of a pain in the ass. And then again, maybe the jungle. And the dark oak that I had, I only brought 4 saplings back, and then it didn't drop 4 saplings, so I can't grow anymore until I go get another dark oak sapling. It's just a bit of a pain in the butt. But anyway, let's go do some mining. At least we'll be able to grab some, maybe grab some extra iron and stuff over there. It's a wife! Hay fever and zinc sun cream. Ooh. Zinc sun cream. That's a little bit obscure, isn't it? Is that like a common allergy, or is that or is that, you know, fairly uncommon? Like you know the basics, like, you know, like obviously gluten, nuts, milk, eggs, all that sort of thing. Well, that's the thing actually. I've been making her omelets again, and she's not had an omelette in a while.
Is that boy? I think I sent you.
So I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the eggs. But then I can't see how that would work, because she's had eggs before, and she has eggs in food. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out. Hopefully. Because, like, you know, she's got the runny nose, she's coming out in the rash, and it's not fun. And we have been using, like, a new detergent, but you would think that with her clothes being washed in the new detergent, she wouldn't just have the rash on her face, it would be, you know, all over.
The other one was
not that I'm aware of. I got some nasty hives way back when I was young, but not really again. It causes blisters. Oh, that's not good. What's the last thing you want to deal with? Right, I'm kind of bummed because last time I traded all... I need to turn the sound up as well. I traded all of the stone with the mason. I was AFKing yesterday at the zombie farm as well to get my XP up. So we're almost on 75 days. Look at us go. Well, you guys weren't here for some of it, but still, look at us go. Yeah, I was just doing boring things, trading and XP getting. Trust me, it was nothing exciting. Just like me watching Netflix while the Minecraft does its thing. And that's one of the things about, you know, days played in Minecraft. It doesn't, like, account for, oh, these are the days that you're actually, you know, active and present and participating, and these are the days you just sat back, lazed around, and got some free XPs. It can't differentiate. Might be better if it could, because then you'd see, like, a little bit more in depth of how people play the game. Like, this person spent 13 hours AFKing and blah blah blah, and this person spent 13 hours actually grinding their ass off. Although saying that, like, AFKing for things is very handy. I can't believe I never used to do it. Right, I don't need dirt, I need stone. Oh, look at all this stone I've not picked up. It hurts. Specifically come down here for stone. Doesn't pick up the stone. I suppose that's what, you know, you get achievements for. Doing all the grindy stuff. And then you can brag, well, I got this achievement, and I got this achievement. And then obviously the people that are just standing still don't get any achievements. But I do feel that obviously... Right, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, right? All the achievements are based on playing survival, right? Like, please correct me if I'm wrong in that assumption. But, right, the assumption is that all the achievements are based on you playing survival, which is a bit pants in my opinion, because, you know, you could build something absolutely epic and creative and spend a lot of time creating a world, and like all the map makers and people that make this stuff from scratch, like, you know, by hand and doing it that way, and are very creative, they're not getting any achievements for that stuff, and I just find that a bit shit, really. Hey, Pyfro, thanks for the lurk. So we need achievements for the creative peeps. Like, you know, oh, you used diorite in a build. Here, have the bird poo achievement. That's a lot of creepers down there. Yeah, let's not deal with any of that. Let's avoid that like the plague. Hey, here no, how's it going? I put the stuff you got to good use. I used the quartz to make observers and stuff, to put a trident killer on the zombie spawner that you found. That is never going to be an achievement. Diggin will ride at dawn if they make a bird poo achievement. She's willing to die on the hill of no bird poo.
The noise the thing makes as well.
Look, and here's some I made earlier.
The fucking monster turns them.
I'm okay, just tired. Well, it is, like, you know, still early here. Well, early-ish. It's almost afternoon, but it was like when you get up in the morning and you're just like, But saying that, I was on, as I said, I was on Minecraft, re-rolling a villager at 4 o'clock this morning, or attempting to. Still not being successful. That dude is persistent. I got looting 1 and I was so tempted to lock that in. Like, you know what? I could just stick 3 of those. I'll just stick 3 of those on the sword, and then I'll have. I was like, no, don't be that guy. Keep going. You can do it.
I need to go to Costco for cereal.
Right. Right, all the spawn.
Right, you get 2 massive boxes for like £4.
We don't need andesite, we don't need granite, we don't need diorite, we don't need anything else. I'll take the iron though, obviously.
You get 2 of them
Not
for
complete
like
arse.
£4.
I am mining at the moment as I need to use it to trade with a villager. Ooh, cool. And in what world is Thoust mining? If you think about it though, how would they know exactly what you used in a build? You could just place it bit by bit. Just if I may just know enough about it, but I feel building wouldn't give achievements. Yeah, that would be would be a tricky thing to police, sort of.
Yep, so I'm fucking looking forward to that. That's going to be with some.
But then, how do they know when you've yeeted the dragon in the world? Ugh, it's dark and spooky, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, brings a blanket, says your
Okie dokie.
family would go allergic.
Here, no, don't look at the disorganized boxes. We'll take that.
Because I was like, but you're right. It's a big enough beef blanket.
There we go. See, organized slightly.
Yeah, Kat's looking in them, so I'll meet off for them to myself in the morning. Nope.
Okay, I'm running out of space.
Yeah.
Right, that's fine.
Guess what, mate? I'm gonna put some fucking Yorkies on as well.
Okay, let's do the rest of the wall. Oh, hello. Oh crap, there's skellies everywhere. Flame bow as well. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Hi. And you're dead. Where's these other two guys? I really do need to get a decent bow.
I would know you know where to get them, mate. Yep. And they're fresh as well.
Right. And a decent fishing rod. I need to invest in some things. Well, in my understanding, the dragon is one mob versus a specific placing of non-entities, and anything can be built, but it might not be. You could just be placing. Yeah.
Oh, mate. No, that's
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah. Ugh! The man. Turd biscuit.
Come back up.
You can't get me. I got a shield, man. Huh. And now you're on fire. How'd you like them apples? Oh, he dropped it. What do you get? It's a bit crap. I was hoping for better.
Nice.
Beggars can't be choosers. Well, we got the zombie thing up and going now, so you know we don't need to be beggars. We can be rich.
No,
Rich, I tell you. Okay. Right, see, this is the problem I have when I'm making a wall on uneven surfaces. To make all the pillars the same height consistently all around, which means obviously all the pillars are going to be essentially different sizes because the level's different sized. Or do I just make it the same number of blocks up based on where it starts on the ground?
I mean, yeah, you may as well pick up some big olives. You were actually in Tesco. Because Costco's inside Tesco.
Because as long as things can't get over it. Definitely be cool if it could work, though I myself just don't know. Yeah.
And then you go to your master.
I don't know how they could or, you know, would implement that. I just feel like, you know, they're sort of missing a step by not including creative achievements. Right, and then that goes there.
How do you could you got a castle dish?
2, 3, 4. And I'll put this one over here.
Oh shit.
Right, and then we'll bring this back in.
If you can get a cheap castle dish at Tesco, you should be able to get one for one or two good. Just fill it up with gravy. Put them in. Put them for like half an hour. Let the gravy cook them.
My husband's talking about food in the background,
There's
and
always
now I'm
better
really
cooked than
hungry.
gravy,
Like he's talking about beef olives. I don't know if you guys know what beef olive is.
Did you get them for Costco? That has the fucking box of people.
big fan of beef olives.
Yeah.
Honey, what's a beef olive? What's a beef olive?
It's sausage meat wrapped in beef.
Sausage meat wrapped in beef.
Mate, I was dead before you even got the sentence, so.
Right.
Hey, mate. Fuck it. How is he not dead?
We'll just sort of. Yeah, might as well do that. Okay. I'm doing a digging. Probably should have jumped on that one before I did that.
Dead.
For some reason, I thought that was a skeleton cat. I don't know, my mind just goes weird places. That sounds ew. Okay, he likes them, but yeah. Like, as someone that likes beef and, you know, sausage meat, no. It's basically like a carnivore's version of a beef Wellington, you know? Who needs pastry when you can have extra meat? I really need to stop doing that. I'm gonna accidentally kill myself by holy shit! What happened? Come on. Sorry guys, my cat just fell off something. You okay? Oh, what an arse.
Tried to sneak up the stairs, didn't you, mate?
She's a bit of a fud. Right. Hi, right, put your tail down.
My fucking traps, didn't you?
No, I'm not clapping you. You're being an idiot.
Fuck,
Stop
it's
looking
like
all
I'm the
cute.
one up in this bitch.
She's like, but mummy, I love you.
Get out of my game.
Yeah, lie down there. Lie down there. There you go. She's currently on my lap underneath my desk. But she keeps getting her big floofy hello. Can I help you? What? Oh.
Ah, nightmare. I'm getting fucking shots.
I'm not giving you a kiss. I've got lip gloss on. I'll get a hairy face. I mean, not that I don't already have a hairy face, but you know. I'll get a hairy. Oh, it's a wee Gingy. Hey, Gingy.
You just took a grenade in
I really need to stop doing that. I want to go fishing so bad. Why is fishing on Minecraft not conductive for a stream? Oh, look, there's a little Siamese cat as well.
What's your preference?
Hardcore parkour. Don't headbutt me. Otherwise I'll get hair all in my mouth and I do not want that. Nobody wants that. Rookie mistake.
What was it?
Okay, that's fine. Hi. Hello. Sorry, she's just moving around. She's got some lumps on her tummy and we don't know what it is, so we're gonna have to make an appointment with the vet. Obviously we're hoping it's not anything sinister, but she is an 8-year-old cat and you know it could be it could be cancer, it could be fatty lumps, it could be, I don't know, an infection in one of her. She's a girl cat, so it could be an infection in one of, you know, her teats or something. It, you know, the possibilities are endless. So, you know, trying not to freak out until I have something I need to freak out about. Because our older cat Hazel, she was like 14 when we lost her.
Got me.
Your claws are very pointy, madam. So, you know, I kind of don't want to, like, I kind of want to give her, like, all the attention, because if it is something bad, then at least I'll know that, you know, she's had lots of love and attention and everything. You know, not that they don't get love and attention regularly, but, you know, more. I'm kind of low-key bummed that... Oh no. Oh no. 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 I'm kind of like bummed that if it is something bad, and we do need to make the decision to, you know, sort of make things easier for her in the long run. Jesus, Jiminy Crickets, you frickin' green goblin gobshite bastard. Sorry, folks. Thankfully I've got good armour on now, because that could have ended very bad. Yeah, so if we do need to, you know, if it gets to the point where we do need to make the decision where it would be best to let her go, I honestly think my other cat will be absolutely fine with that, because she's a bit of a turd that way. And they've never actually really gotten along. So if she does go, the other cat will just be like, "Where she went? I get all the snack." Oh, for God's sake, guys! I'm trying to have a conversation here. How rude. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. But you know when, like, you have to do something and you're, you know, trying to put it off because, like, you know, as soon as you do it, you're gonna have to deal with it. Yeah. Really not in the mood for dealing with things right now. Sorry, was that my rant about the creeper? He is a green gobshite. I reserve the right to call him a green gobshite. Where's a Manchu when you need him to come deal with these guys? Yeah, all creepers officially now belong to a Manchu, because he did the whole creeper thing, and you know, it just sticks. So now they're his fault, they're his problem, and he needs to come sort out his peeps or something. Can I go sleep yet? Is it night time? Do not drool on my top. You've been warned. Anyone else's cat drool? I mean, she does have gingivitis, so that kind of like explains it a little bit, but she drools a lot for a cat. And we don't have rabies in this country, so thankfully I don't have to deal with that. Right, what are we thinking about the bamboo? I think it actually looks better than it would if it was the cherry. Definitely think I prefer it than if it was cherry fencing. It sort of goes with the surroundings a little bit better. It's not so in your face. Oh, I forgot to put. Okay. Tell myself I need to stop doing jumping off the wall like that. Continues to jump off the wall like that. Why did I forget about this bit? Whoops.
Is there a skin for them to hide in these illegal pubs?
Have I got enough stone for? Oh yeah, I've got plenty of stone. We're good. We're good. We're good. Wee. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
let's go scorched earth, folks. What does everybody else think about the presidential election? Election. Jesus, Jiminy Crickets. Come on, what's your opinions? Give it to me. Inquiring minds need to know. I promise I won't laugh if you're a Trump supporter. I can't promise that. Although, right, serious chat. If you do support Trump, why? You know, like I like to have, like I do like to have like sort of in-depth discussions about things, but like when you try and have in-depth discussions with people about, you know, heated topics like stuff like this, like I'm obviously Scottish. I couldn't give a hide nor hair about you know, who America wants to run their country. It's, you know, it's their country. They can pick whoever they want, and clearly they did. Obviously, people are genuinely curious as to, you know, why people pick certain people. And then if you are a person that opted not to vote, like I am a big fan of voting. I feel that if you choose not to vote, you then can't really complain about any of the circumstances that happen with the government after that, because you had the chance to voice your opinion and you chose not to. So, you know, if you don't vote, why don't you vote? And if you did vote, would you then choose the sort of what you would assume would be the lesser of the two evils, whether that's, you know, Kamala or Trump is. I'm just curious, because to me, from an outsider's perspective, right, as a person, he seems like a misogynist and a sexist and an overwhelmingly narcissistic, self-entitled prat, to be honest. And I don't know if he's got mental health issues, but he seems like someone that has various things going on, whether that's, you know, a personality condition or what have you, but he does not seem like a nice human. And I'm genuinely curious how other people, you know, why other people want someone that's, you know, been outwardly sexist and derogatory and all this stuff, why they would want a person like that representing them as a country. And I'm not saying our politicians are any better, because they're not. They're really not. We've got like a revolving door of politicians at this point. They can't keep themselves in office, and they're just you know, a laughing stock. So, you know, I'm not saying that we're any better. I'm just genuinely curious, considering the amount of, you know, media attention that he's had, and all of the things that he has said that have been recorded, and, you know, about women specifically, and, you know, immigrants and stuff, that how people would still choose to back a person like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's got all the right buzzwords. He's like, make America great again and all this stuff. And I will admit, I don't know enough about Kamala Harris to form an opinion on her. She could be just as bad. I have no idea. It's like everybody got handed like two sucky options. And from the rest of the world's point of view, potentially pick the suckiest option. So yeah, I'd like other people's opinions on that, if anybody's brave enough to chat about it. If not, hey ho, you know, that's why, like, they used to say, you know, don't talk about who you picked at the polls, because, you know, every opinions are like a-holes. Everyone's got one. Right, we're getting there. I'll make a little bit up here. Oh god, sorry folks, itchy back. Yeah, and I don't think Biden could have stayed in office. He clearly has his own medical stuff going on. Right, let's pop those back in there just now. I'm running out of space to yeet things. Let's go plant this tree up here. Right, what do we need? We need more bamboo, don't we? Always with the ew. Always with the ew. Right, I will need to find a fortress in this world at some point, but I don't think that's happening today. What else do we need to do? Right, so while we wait for the bamboo to grow some more, because it's going to take a lot of bamboo to get this fence done, we'll finish this bit of... Yeah, we'll finish this bit of the roof over here. So let's go chop down some oak. I think there's more bamboo over there actually. Yeah. We'll grab this and then we'll let all the bamboo regrow and we'll go cut down some oak as well. We'll finish that roof, we'll let it regrow, and then we'll hopefully be able to finish off the fence. So, yeah. God. So some of you might have known that I was going to my grandmother's house yesterday to sort of see the house one last time before it goes on market, and one of my relatives, my grandmother's niece, was there. She's the executor, she deals with the estate and all that stuff. So her and her husband were there sorting that, and it was really like weird and surreal walking into the house, like not only with my grandmother not there, but like all the furniture was still there. So the furniture's going to auction next week, and but all the knickknacks were gone, all the little, you know, like things that made her there. Like she used to have this like array of little silver knickknacks on her TV stand. And one of them was actually like a little miniature picture frame, and it had like a picture of me in it from when I was a teenager. I had short hair back then. I was wearing like a choker. Don't judge me, okay? But yeah, she had this little, and like I've got it in a box in my bedroom under the bed at the moment, and like it was just really weird being there and all her, you know, all her big furniture being there, but you know, everything that made it personal and made, you know, made it her was like, it was just, it was a bit surreal and, you know, a bit emotional, but kind of glad I got the opportunity to go see it before it gets sold, because uh, when my mum's mum, this was my biological dad's stepmother that I'm talking about. My granny just passed in October, and my mum's mum passed away many years ago when I was still a kid, and when her house got sold, we didn't really get the chance to sort of go in and, you know, have a last look around and say goodbye and stuff. And this was a place that we'd spent, you know, every single Christmas at as a kid, and you know, we'd go over to your granny's house at the weekends or during the week and stuff like that. Like she was a really involved grandmother, and like after she'd passed away, we'd actually lived there for a while to help look after my granddad. That's the one that just passed away in January, and like even though, you know, it's kind of depressing, but I think if, obviously it depends on the person, but I think like if you're in that sort of position and you do get the chance to, you know, say goodbye to the person or the house or something like that, you know, it might not be something that you need, but really regret not having that opportunity the first time. And I think it just like gives you a little bit of closure in that sort of circumstance. So just my little tidbit if you're dealing with grief. But like as they say it's like you know, like a bouncing ball in a box. And when you first lose someone, the box is like the ball is really big. Like the box stays the same size, but the ball's really big. So obviously when it hits off the side, that's it sort of, you know, giving you the grief part of the things. I'll just use the camera as a, so boing boing, and you know, That's it.
Cardboard after.
Every time it hits, it sort of, you know, hits you personally. But as time goes on, the ball gets smaller, so it's not, you know, hitting you as much. But if you guys have ever lost anyone, you'll know yourselves. It never goes away, right? Like whether it's like a family member or a pet or, you know, a friend or anything like that, you never forget. So it felt a bit devoid of its life and charm with the stuff that made it gone home. Yeah, it was like a shell, you know. It was weird. What? What? Sorry, my cat's meowing. She's down here, uh, lounging between my legs, and meowing at me. And yeah, so yeah, it was just a bit surreal. Yeah, I hope, obviously, you never hope anybody passes away, but if you guys are ever in that position where obviously you're having to deal with any of that sort of stuff, I hope you guys get the opportunity or the chance to say goodbye, because obviously it's not something you always get the chance to do. Sometimes, you know, life just throws a curveball at you and stuff goes really suddenly. And why did I do that? And you know, your heart just falls out your ass. You know, one minute life's great and everything's fine, and the next minute you're getting one of the most horrific phone calls you've ever had in your life. For me, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Right? No, I'm sorry, but you. You're very cute, but you're gonna have to bugger off. I've lost 3 grandparents and a few family pets over the years. They're definitely sad and don't fully go away. Yeah. When I try and explain my family tree to everybody, well, to people, it gets a bit convoluted, because right, let's do the family tree talk again. So some of you'll know that I don't talk. Oh, it's night time. That I don't talk to my biological father. I do have a dad. That's not my bio dad, so I do just call him dad. But I do have a bio dad, and the reason I don't talk to my bio dad is because he's a narcissist and an alcoholic. You know, which is fine for him. I tried to get him help, but he wasn't interested, and he's basically been told until he gets help, I'm having hee-haw to do with it. That's on you, buddy. You do you. It is not on me to deal with it anymore. Wash my hands. I'm not putting my kids through that. But anywho, I digress. So yeah, I've got a bio dad. So bio dad and my mum got some blocks. Got married before I was born. Although my big brother was already a bun in the oven when that was occurring. So they had like a shotgun wedding, sort of. They didn't have to get married. My bio dad's dad, my granddad, my granny that's just passed away's husband, actually turned round to my bio dad and goes, "Oh, you don't have to marry her just because she's pregnant, you know." It's like, well, 1, cheers, granddad, and 2, and my mum turned around and was like, "Yeah, I told him that." Like, go, mum. Yeah, she gives no Fs. So I have 2 brothers, 2 full-blooded brothers with, you know, my bio dad and my mum, and then bio dad gets with someone else, she already had two daughters uh, with someone else. And then they go on to have my other two brothers. So now I have four brothers, and two of my brothers have another two sisters, and it's all, it's fine for us. We're used to it, but explaining it to other people, it gets complicated. So not only that, but my bio dad's parents got divorced and remarried before I was born. So not only did I have my granny and granddad from my mum's side, I also had my granny and granddad, my granny from my dad's side that married, my step granddad, and my dad from my dad's side that married my step granny. So I had three sets of grandparents, whereas obviously usually you'd only have, two. And my great grandmother was still alive when I was little as well, so I was abundant in grandparents. So when I'm trying to tell a story of, oh yeah, this grandparent did this and blah blah blah, blah, and it's like, it gets awfully confusing because, then I need to explain. It's like, no, this granny, no, that granddad, no, my dad or my bio dad or this brother or my brother from another mother, or all these different. Does anyone else have a complicated family history like that? I mean, I might, like obviously blended families are quite common these days, but like trying to, like, obviously I can keep it straight in my head, no problem, but like trying to explain it to other people that are from, like, a nuclear family and don't have the experience of having, blended families. It'd be a lot more complicated if, my dad, my stepdad, had his own biological children as well, but he does not, he's stuck with us. He's got us. But on the upside of that, we get him as well, so, upsides. Right. God. Yeah, and family pets as well. That just hits hard, doesn't it? I've had we'll say, like, I don't know about other people's opinions, things about that, because obviously everyone's different. But I've had hamsters and rabbits and mice and rats and fish and a duck, and dogs and cats. And like, for me personally, obviously my dog Max when I was a kid, and the first cat we didn't have cats when I was a kid, but and I always wanted cats, so obviously as soon as I became an adult I went and got a cat, which was Hazel, and obviously when I lost her, like, dogs and cats, they just hit harder, in my opinion. I mean, my hamster was as dumb as a fruitcake. He was a little Russian dwarf. And I'm not being derogatory there. I mean, the breed was a little Russian dwarf. And he was an idiot. He was honestly an idiot. I mean, sometimes it was funny, but unfortunately, the way he died, he escaped his cage because he was an absolute Looney Tune of a hamster. He was a wee daredevil. Escaped his cage, got out, and we had the cupboard where, those big gold boilers used to be stored. I don't know if you're from the UK or if you have those in the US or anywhere else, but we used to have these big, boilers for water, and it used to be stored in the cupboard in my bedroom. So he gets out of his cage, you know, crawls his little happy hamster ass into the cupboard and starts eating the insulation, which is, you know, like fiberglass and stuff that insulates the boiler. Starts eating that, and obviously it's made out of fiberglass and stuff. It's, you don't want that in your insides. And unfortunately he met a very crappy end. Poor wee dude. Yeah, but God, they always stick with you, don't they? Right. Yeah, we lost the run of the litter of the dogs a while later, and the mother just wouldn't feed her, and we tried our best, but she sadly passed. Definitely has yeah. I had a situation like that a while ago before. When we got our pure white cat Spirit, we were actually meant to get another pure white cat, and the cat that we were meant to get her from was actually Ghost, the one that was just up on me a minute ago. So the cat would have been Ghost's sibling, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, the mother wouldn't rear the kittens, and the owner, like, I went up to their house personally and showed them how to rear the kittens, and, you know, how to clean them so that they go, all the things, but unfortunately the whole litter ended up passing away. A bit of a bummer. So when we got Spirit from a different litter, we were originally going to call that kitten Spirit, but we were sort of in two minds as to whether to keep the name, but we thought, you know, in order to sort of remember that little kitten and its short life, that we'd keep the same name. That, and, you know, Spirit and Ghost, they just sort of go hand in hand, and she's a pure white cat. What else are you going to call her? Casper? That's a bit on the nose. Casper the friendly cooking apple. Okay. Look at all the stuff we got. God, we're getting there. Just waiting for all the bamboo to grow. So what's the pets you guys remember most in your life? What one? Like, obviously, you'll always remember all of them, as I said, like the hamster and the rabbits and the duck nibbler that we had. But Max and Hazel so far have, you know, will always be the ones that, you know, I will hold closest in a minute. So what's your guys, or like if you've got any that are still, you know, still going at the moment, you know, what's their names? What are they? Let's brighten this chat up a little bit. Tell me about your lovely pets. Or like, if you guys can't have pets for whatever reason, because allergies and stuff, like, what would be the one you'd love to have? What would be the pet that you would most like to get? Like, I would love to have a snake. I love snakes. I love snakes in theory. Well, I'd hold snakes and I'd pet snakes, and I don't have a problem touching them or anything like that. But I think keeping them would be... I don't know about how I feel about keeping frozen mice in my freezer after having mice as a pet. I would love a cat. Stupid Dan. Right, see, the plan there is, right? What's Dan, like a brunette or something? So get a brownish cat, right? Yeet Dan. Call the cat Dan. Sorted. See? Yeah, that way. Best of both worlds. You get to keep Dan, and he's a cat. Boom, boom. I really need to set up a... Sorry, Dan. I didn't mean that. Why didn't I think of that? Well, considering some are still here, there's a family dog. She's been with us for ages. She can have her ups and downs, but we still love her. Oh, yes. Like our old dog, Max, he was a very placid, very laid back collie Alsatian cross. And he actually had his own litter with... my mum was dating... this guy at the time, and they moved in, him and his 2 kids, and they had an ex-police dog called Tara, who was an Alsatian. Hey Jaddy, how's it going? And they'd had a litter together way back in the day, so you never know, his progeny might still be out there. But yeah, he was a very placid, laid back dog. Like, Tara would, you know, we had to put a lock on the kitchen because that dog would come in, and as an ex-police dog, she would open tins of dog food with her face. She would just be like, chomp, and boom. She's like, well, if you won't feed me, I'll feed my damn self. Like, that dog was waiting for no man. She was a force to be reckoned with. How my dog got away with having his way with her, I will never know, because she scared the living crap out of us. But anyway, they had the litter together, and it was weird because one of the dogs was pure white with spots, and like Max was an Alsatian Collie Cross and Tara was a pure Alsatian. So how does that work? Unless like one of them had like a spotted Dalmatian in them, I'll never know. If you die, I'll pay you $100. If I die, I expect $100. I'm not gonna go yeet myself just for $100. Although if I die accidentally, you know, how much is $100 in the UK? I have no idea. Not worth it. I'm on 79 days. I've got like a little XP thing going. I've got villagers that are almost pretty decent. I've got good armor. I've got almost good armor. Yeah, I'm not eating myself for potentially $100. You always gotta be a bit skeptical when someone says that in chat, because I like, as obviously a lot of you get and 1 cent. As a lot of you folks will know, like, I moderate for IBX Toy Cat, and like in the process of doing that, you see a lot of people in chat going, oh, if you delete your long-term world, I'll give you like $5,000 or something. Like, mate, really? Nobody is buying your BS. Cough up the funds first, and then maybe we'll consider it. Nobody's considering that. Like, can you imagine spending like 12 years on a world, or on a project, or on anything, right? And then someone just comes along and goes, right, well, I'll give you this amount of money if you destroy it all. Like, don't get me wrong, some people would take the money. If it was a genuine offer, some people would legitimately go, yes, no problem, I will do that, and have absolutely no qualms about it. But I don't think I could do that. Like, if someone offered me like a massive chunk of money to delete my 5-year-old survival world that I've put so much time and effort and energy into, like, I'm not gonna lie, it'd have to be a lot of money. It'd have to be enough money for me to buy a 4-bedroom house. That's how much money it would have to be. Because I'm not spending 5 years of my life for anything less than a 4-bedroom house. You have my terms.
Just stayed at that window the whole time. Almost died at the start of the match, mate, and that was it.
$150 or Hardcore World. See, well, that's the thing. You don't know if it's a real offer. Plus, yeah, no, I don't think I'd delete it for $150. I want to see how far I can go with Hardcore, and so far 79 days is it.
What are you making me for lunch?
$500. You're trying, mate. You're trying. You know what? You send me $500 and I still won't delete it. I still won't delete it. He's trying. The bribe is strong. Right. Why does bamboo grows pretty fast, but right now it feels very slow. How slow can you go? Right, this needs to go over here. How much you want? Oh, we're negotiating now, are we? Right, you send me $1,000, I'll think about it. What would you guys do, right? If you had, like, for example, like, if you had a 5-year-old long-term survival world that had never been in creative or anything like that, pure survival, and someone came along and offered you, you know, how much money would it take you? How much money would it take you? You know, I'm Elon Musk's neighbour. Great, can you go to his house and tell him that his face looks like a pizza and that his morals are skeptical? Would appreciate it. He retweeted one of my tweets on Twitter, and it didn't even make sense to anybody except me and the people I was talking to. There is no money that is worth losing a world like that. Yeah, no. No. I have about 5-year-old world, pure survival. I'm not giving it up. Exactly. Exactly. You know, it's like raising kids. You put so much effort into it, like, you know. You don't want to just sell them. Well, sometimes you do want to just sell them on eBay, let's be honest. I mean, right now, I kind of feel like selling my long-term survival world on eBay. Given the amount of janky, bloody villagers that's going on at the moment. But, no. That world is my baby. Jaddy, have you went to his house yet? We're waiting. I need to know what he says.
Like he's gay sounding.
If he's got any good comebacks, let me know. Who randomly retweets like an obscure tweet from something that wasn't even a conversation related to you? Right. I'm not going to go all fangirly because, oh my god, Elon Musk retweeting my tweet, because I genuinely don't give a crap about his opinion. But you don't just randomly retweet crap. I mean, right. He was tagged in the original tweet, but the conversation I was having, like sort of offshooting that, had absolutely nothing to do with the original tweet. And instead of, you know, retweeting the original tweet, which was directly, you know, had him tagged in it. He retweeted my very obscure comment. I can't even remember what it was.
What is it? It's like, oh, what do you need this car for? Love crap.
Like, if I did want to, you know, throw a plug out there, you know, I could go like Gordon Ramsay follows me on Twitter, which he does. I don't know why, but you know, that's a whole other story entirely. You know,
the guy's like, how you doing?
That's something to be proud of. Elon Musk, not so much. Not so much.
What's it, how you doing, bro? He's like, shut the fuck up.
He seems to think like the solution to all the world's problems is people popping out babies, which, you know, having a dude mansplain that more people, like more, you know, women specifically, because, you know, generally that's who has the babies, unless obviously you are a guy that has ovaries and women stuff. But we're not deep diving into all the different nuances of that at the moment. So yeah, unless like a dude explaining that, people should just have more kids. Like, you are literally the richest man on the planet, I think, and you're gonna tell people who sometimes can't afford to eat that everybody should just provide more people that can't afford to eat. If you want, if countries want their citizens to produce more citizens, they're not giving anybody any incentives to do so. Right, the future generations are going to be obviously the workers of the next generation. They're going to be the, you know, the future politicians, doctors, retail workers, like all of that stuff, scientists, everything, teachers. That's just facts, because obviously we're not immortal. And if you want, because there is a declining population problem. Hey Tyler, how's it going? But I have a plan. I have backup. Take the money and delete the backup. Oh, that's a good plan. That's a good plan. I think Jaddy might have tapped out. Either that, he's on the way to Elon Musk's house to tell him that his face looks like a pizza and that his moral opinions suck ass. In which case I will laugh very hard. But yeah, like, if you are a government that wants your citizens to, because people don't want to have kids these days because, you know, they're financially unstable as it is, and, you know, people can't afford to keep them. They can't afford to keep themselves, let alone have kids. So they, unfortunately, it comes down to, if you want populations to have more kids, you're gonna have to pay them to do it. You're gonna have to give them money to, you're gonna have to give them free childcare. You're gonna have to give them enough money to, you're basically gonna have to give everybody child support that pays for their medical, their education, their food, their clothes, their heating, that pays for everything until that kid is out of school and earning their own money and popping out their own offspring. If you're a government that wants your citizens to pop out more kids, pay them. Pay them to do it.
I was thinking there's no point.
I love kids. I would have more kids in a heartbeat. Like, medically, I shouldn't, and medically I got the husband neutered, so can't. But yeah, absolutely love kids. I would adopt all of the kids if I could financially, you know, if I could financially manage it, which I can. And with my health issues, if we didn't have our third baby, we would have looked at adoption anyway, because members of my family are adopted. I don't have any issues with adopting anybody. You know, blood don't make family, love does. And, you know, as a person that has, you know, a dad that's, you know, not biologically related to me, and you know, family members that aren't biologically related to me. I mean, look at my grandmother, as I said, whose house I was just at yesterday. My grandmother, my whole life, technically my step grandmother, not biologically related to me. Like, it doesn't matter.
I don't understand this. Like, just
You know, if I had a bunch
watch
of
what
money,
you
I would
want
buy a
and
big
watch
house
it.
and I would adopt
If something's
all the
gonna offend
disabled
you that
kids.
much, just don't watch it.
All of them. Like, you guys just come stay with me. That's fine. Because unfortunately, nobody wants to adopt kids with additional needs because
What gets
obviously
me is the attack shows
their
like
needs are hard.
all the frozen horses and fucking
You know,
Salty Towers and that drift
I popped out 3 of my own.
70s and 80s.
You come stay at my house. We got this. What, you up to, Tyler? Are you working today? But aren't there a lot of places suffering from overpopulation? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think the world as a whole has a population decline. There are places in the world, obviously, that have population decline. Like, I think China and stuff, because they stopped, obviously, the one kid rule.
Oh yeah.
So their population's in decline, and other countries' populations are in decline.
I'd be delighted to get a
But then there's
fucking
other
close-up
countries that
rail for your
have,
granddad, like.
you know, that are, I think, still overpopulated. But the issue is that the way it is at the moment, and with people choosing not to become parents, because a lot of people are choosing not to become parents these days, which is fine. You know, you do you. One of my good friends has decided to never become a mother, which is grand. I mean, it's not that she hates kids. She just doesn't want any for herself. And she's basically raised her sister. And, you know, she's done. She's good. She just wants to live her life, which is absolutely grand. Not everybody is best suited to being a parent, and not everybody wants to become a parent. I absolutely wanted to have kids. But then I always said I was only having the one, and now I've got 3, so look how that panned out. But yeah, I love kids. As I said, I was a nursery teacher.
This guy owns like a taco man.
Oh, did I break the? Must have broke the sugar cane. My bad. There you go. Let's put you back.
You're not even Mexican.
But yeah, like if you're a person that doesn't want kids, and you're being pressured to potentially have kids, tell whoever's pressuring you to, you know, go do one. It's like, oh, you might regret it when you're older, or you might regret having your kids when you're older. That is, again, a genuine thing that happens to people. Not me. I'm not saying that's something that's happened to me. I love my kids. Like, not that people that regret having their children don't love them, but again, it's a genuine thing that happens. And then you can see the awful tragedies that follow on from that, and where people harm their offspring because like they don't want them, they don't want the other parent to have them, they have mental health issues because of a failing system that they've not got addressed, yada 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 yada. So yeah, there is an overall general issue that there's not going to be enough people to support the growing older generation down the line. Sorry folks, I'm just going to swap my light over, it's so dark. And basically the rich people's view on that is, well, we'll just let the poors have more kids.
Yeah.
You know? Like, dude, we are the poors. As I'm saying, you know, the younger generations that are, you know, becoming old enough to have offspring are not having offspring because they can't afford to look after themselves, and governments aren't giving them any incentive to want to reproduce. Why would you want to bring children into the world that you can't afford to feed, clothe, give them a warm home? Why would you want to do that? And then the government's just going, but we need more people. Then pay people. Then pay. If you need a resource, which governments think people are, let's be honest, if you need a resource, you pay for said resource. If you need people to pop out, you know, more people, you need to pay them properly. Not like, you know, here's enough to cover one t-shirt, a pack of nappies, and, you know, 12 smokes for your stress level. No, just it's scary. It's gonna be an ongoing issue. Honestly, I can sort of see it like a Children of Men situation. If you don't get that reference, go watch the movie. Great movie. Although, Children of Men is basically where there's been an issue that people can't have kids. It's not a case of they're not wanting to have kids. It's some genetic evolution or something has happened that, you know, the world's population can't have kids, and then this one woman manages to have a baby, and obviously everybody thinks it's a miracle, and the bad guys are trying to get it. Good film. But yeah, if they don't want, like, you know, a Children of Men situation, they need to get their asses in gear. Yeah, I've taken to not listening if a rich person says what a poor person like me should do. Exactly. It's like when obviously people from low socioeconomic backgrounds turn around and say, you know, I can't afford to eat, or I can't afford to heat my home, or, you know, I can't afford to buy my kids new clothes, and their solution is to tell them to get a better job. Like, how? Like, a lot of people that say these comments have been raised in a position of affluence and wealth, and have been raised in a position where they have had all their needs met, whether it's, well, most of all their needs met. I'm not going to say that obviously affluent people don't have mental health problems or health problems in general, or, you know, any of that sort of thing, but, you know, their basic necessities are covered, because, as I've said before, while money won't buy you happiness, it does buy convenience, and it does buy the convenience of never having to worry about where your meals are coming from, or if you're going to have a warm home, or how you're getting to school, or, you know, what's going to happen if a tornado blows through here and we lose everything. Are we going to be able to financially support ourselves, or, you know, and if you're in, obviously, somewhere like America that's mostly private healthcare, you know, what's going to happen if, you know, the main breadwinner in your family is out of work and you can't afford to pay your bills, you get evicted, you know, all these sorts of scenarios. Like, they've never been in a position where they've had to consider any of this. And my personal view is that anybody that is in power should have to live for, I'd say, at least 6 months in a position of poverty, where here's your budget, here's your desolate accommodation, survive. And honestly, I don't think they'd manage. Right, so I built this little chickeny doodah the other day, and if we come down here, turn that on, it brings out a dispenser. Where are the eggs going? Why is it not dispensing? Oh, that's why it's not dispensing, because I moved the bloomin'... Okay. Gonna need to move this over one. My bad. I moved the dispenser and I forgot to move the redstone clock. Right, that's fine. I'll just eat this over one block. Yeah, and it really annoys me. Like, I would consider the opinion a little bit more if it was coming from someone who was raised in, you know, a lower socioeconomic background, in a poor area, in poverty, and, you know, then had managed to work themselves up to becoming successful. And they were giving people advice on, you know, what this is what you can do. Oh, snap.
What the hell was that? Sounded like the fucking Cookie Monster.
I would understand their opinion better because the chickens are escaping. Obviously, because they'd have a bit of no understanding about why people would be so upset with that. Right, where's the escaping chickens? Come here, babies. Come on. Oh. Helps if you hold seats. Right. Get in there. Come on. Yeah, you push your brothers and sisters in. Yeah, get in the hole. Come on. In the hole. Get in the hole. At least they're easier to push in than the big ones. Right. Right, here you go. You guys have some seats.
I love you too.
Yeah, but someone that's been raised in an affluent household with, you know, never having to struggle for those things. Like, I'm not saying that they don't struggle in other ways. I'm just saying they've not had those personal struggles. You know, it's like talking about particle physics when you don't know anything about particle physics. I think America is generally, in general, is really hard on normal people, though I don't think I don't live there, so it's not like I know it all. Obviously, there are other countries that suck too. Yeah. Like, obviously, there's genuinely countries with whole dictatorships that tell people, this is what you can and can't do, and if you don't do these things, then we're gonna... No? It's like, well, that's not good.
Yeah, we're gonna drag enough Zilla at 9.
Right, let's...
Go and get them, I believe in you.
But, obviously... kids are impressionable, and kids see wealth and affluence as being the epitome of this is what's good in life. Why does my webcam keep? So obviously they orientate to... Oh, well, I want to be rich and famous when I'm older, so this person's opinion is better than this person's opinion that went to community college and earns a moderate income. You know, they're going to take the celebrity's view as gospel, a lot of impressionable kids. And like, you know, when someone that's never had any life experiences of being raised poor is saying stuff like this, and then that's then rubbing off on the younger generations, and then going, oh yeah, well, these people are bad because of this reason, and they should just do this, 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 and this. It's like basically any sort of, you know, hate thing. They're just being derogatory to a whole class of people for because they think their opinion is a good one. Like, I'm not saying any of my opinions are good. You know, I would love people to come in and correct me about stuff. Like, I feel like people are constantly learning, and you get the feeling sometimes that some people have peaked, whether financially or cognitively or socially or personally in some aspect, and they're just like, this is my whole personality, this is what I believe, and if you don't believe this, you are wrong. Whereas I'm of the view of, this is what I believe, that is open to change. If, you know, if I get persuaded that, you know, that the opinions I have are, you know, no longer valid or prejudicial in some way, or, you know, because we've all done young stupid stuff, we've all thought stupid stuff, and, you know, we're all entitled to our opinions and our thoughts. Just like, obviously, certain groups, religions and all that thing still teach that some people are bad because insert undesirable trait here. Well, undesirable for them.
What time are you gonna have to get ready?
Whereas, thankfully, a lot of society nowadays has become more inclusive. But obviously, with those opinions still out there, and people still spouting discrimination in all its forms, those people then, you know, show other people in the younger generation that they're, you know, influencing, that, you know, these opinions are correct, and anybody that doesn't follow these opinions are bad. And hopefully those younger people will be able to then grow up and think for themselves and go, actually, no, that's not what I believe, and they will break the cycle. But a lot of people stay in the cycle, unfortunately, and then it just perpetuates hate, and it's horrible. But anyway, it's been a very deep philosophical dive today. But yeah, I am going to go get some lunch. So we're on day 82. We are not doing too bad. So thanks for watching, folks. Please remember to like, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, please, you know, hit me up on Twitch and follow me over there. And if you're watching on Twitch, please head over to my YouTube channel and subscribe over there. People who use their religion as a shield to discriminate are terrible. I'm religious, but I don't do that. It defeats the point of religion. Thanks for the stream, and bye everyone. Oh, thanks, Tyler. Yes. So, on that comment, we will tap off. Let's see if we can try and raid out. So please hang around. Enochius, you need to stop making me jealous with all your food, by the way. Right, if we're on Twitch, please hang around and we'll see if we can raid out. The wife in with a reminding me to raid. What would I do without her? Right, who have we got? Who we got? Who we got? We got Aussie Cat Dad and Sizzle Sore. So who's got... Aussie Cat Dad's got less viewers, so let's raid Aussie Cat Dad. So, you know, when you hop in, just say, you know, cat raid, and I will catch you guys soon, hopefully. Probably tomorrow, if all things go well, and, you know, hopefully we'll be doing some fun things. So, catch ya!